Everybody, Bowlful here. So if you watch my channel, you know that I normally buy discontinued bowling balls. So what am I doing with the Track Paragon Fire? Well, you ever heard of eBay? So this was up for bidding on eBay. And lo and behold, I was the winning bidder at $117 for a brand new Track Paragon Fire. So with tax and shipping, it came out to just under $150, which is still a killer deal, considering this ball is around 190 bucks brand new. So don't overlook eBay because you can find some killer deals on there. Just the other day, I missed out on a Spartan Solid that went for $80 with $25 shipping, $105 for a brand new Spartan. Yeah, so somebody got lucky out there. Good job. So I have the original Paragon Shadow, which I thought was really strong, a really good ball. That's a hybrid ball. So when I saw this one come out, I knew I had to have it. I'm a huge fan of track bowling balls. So let's open up this bad boy and see what it's all about. I'll put the numbers right up here for you. So right away, it's very bright red. Everything on this is red. So even the logo. So they definitely did overkill with red here, but smells like petroleum. So this ball has the new HK22C squared, which does not contain the citrus smell, unfortunately. I don't know, whatever cover stock they're using. They can't add a citrus smell in there. Come on. So this is an asymmetrical. And so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to do the typical layout, drill, going to roll a few games, and then I'll give you my initial opinion on this bad boy. All right, cool thing about this ball is we have the dot technology. So I can drill into that if I want to. I'm not going to. And we're going to do 55 by 4 by 25. On the Paragon Shadow I think I did a 60 by 4.5 by 30 or 40. And so I want this one to be a little bit stronger, made for fresh. I'm using the Pica Dry Pencils. I'll put the link for the Pica Dry Pencils in the description. I'll put the link for every product that I use in the description in case you guys were interested. All right, 55. Four. So we are 1 3/4 up. We're going to go 1 3/4 down. And we go 4 5/8 across. Boom, there's our layout. We'll double check here. 4 1/4. And 4 1/4. Perfect. All right, so that's our layout. Pretty typical for most of my bowling balls. 55 by 4 by 25. All right, let's drill this bad boy up. All right, so we got our pitches all set in on the XY table for the ring finger. Next, we're going to put on the version 3.0 jig that I currently sell. So if you guys are interested on the version 3.0 jig, hit me up at thebowlingfool@gmail.com. Also sell these alignment rods here that make it really easy to line up your bits. Tighten it down. Take it out, and we're all lined up. No need for magnets or razor blades here. 31 32nd bit. I got my DeWalt Stealthsonic shop vac, which is very quiet. All right, so barely cut into the core on the fingers, if you can see that, and then barely cut into the core on the thumb too, so we're looking pretty good. Left the core almost untouched. We've got 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 looking good. So one thing we can do as well too, while we're at it and we have it, is check our pitches. Should have 5/16. Boom, 5/16 should be the same on this one. 5/16 looking good. Should have 3/8 on this one. Boom, 3/8 looking good. And 5/16 on that one, looking pretty good. Just under 3/8. Thank you to the guys at Strike Factory Pro Shop for this awesome pitch gauge. I love this thing. Very accurate. I'll put the link in the description on how you can get one. Boom, 1/4. And we should have 1/8. 1/8, looking good. So what we're gonna do is rasp the JOPO for about 30 seconds. Just roughing the outside out. I personally use the turbo grips. I think they're the quad grips. And I like the little nubbies on my finger side. And so my pitches aren't super crazy on my fingers, so I can pretty much almost get them completely flush on the first go. Sometimes I have to cut it, and sometimes I don't. But I usually try to get them pretty flush from the get-go. So I like to put my finger down on this for about 10 seconds while the glue cures. Next step is to cut down the JOPO so it's flush to the ball. All right, we zeroed out the table. Just make sure it comes down in the middle there, looking good. And so the only thing really left to do at this point is just get rid of this excess. So like I said, when you push it down with the plug cutter, it just kind of pushes the top part down, and then you just have to clean it up a little bit. So you'll get a bevel knife. I usually kind of push it back. So my middle finger is sticking out just a little bit. So we're going to cut that down. I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. So you want to get an X-Acto knife and get it wet. I usually get it wet with some ball cleaner, just so it cuts a little bit easier. And then I just start on the side that sticks out. Then we'll get a little bit of acetone. Make sure you're wearing gloves and you've got windows open. I don't know if you can see in the video there, but it's a little bit rough, right, from cutting it. So this will smooth it out. A little bit of rubbing alcohol. All right, Track Paragon Fire. So from box to drilled up in just over 20 minutes. Very excited to see what this thing can do for me. Hopefully I can roll it game one. I'll probably leave the surface alone for game one. And then depending on what I need to do, I may put some surface on it or not. We'll see. but it seems to be a pretty strong ball. Should be good right out of box. So we shall see. I'm pretty excited. So let's go down and check it out at the local alley. Boom, Track Paragon Fire. This ball is definitely fire going down the lane. It definitely did not skimp on any of the red for this ball. Red all the way around, including the logo. So pretty cool looking ball. So I roll league twice a day on Tuesdays. I go to do paddock in the early afternoon, and then I go do Clayton later on that evening. So when I rolled this was game 2 and 3 during league, and I put up a 207 and I think a 227. I'll have to put the scores up there for you. I forgot what they were. And then I also rolled this post-league practice, is what the video you just saw was post-league lane conditions. So a little bit drier conditions. Left me a lot of 10 pins. I also was kind of not really hitting my spot as well as I needed to. And so later that night when I went to Clayton, I rolled this also game 2 and 3, and I'll have to put the scores up here for you. I think they were over 200 something, which was pretty good. I think one of them was a clean game as well too. So Clayton puts out a little bit more oil than paddock. So I put a 1500 surface on this just to kind of make up for the difference. And it seemed to shape pretty well. I didn't notice too much of a difference. Definitely a strong ball. I'm a low rev, kind of high speed bowler. I'm starting to slow my speed down to like 15, 16 miles an hour, sometimes 14. Really cool looking ball. I also brought this up to Reno. We did the California's Bowlers Tour, and we went and also hit a couple alleys up in Reno too. We hit Coconut Bowl, and we also hit High Sierra Lanes, and I decided to roll this and just kind of practice with it while I was up there. Didn't put anything up, didn't put any scores super spectacular, but it does have a pretty good shape. I might add that in the practice games up there, I actually left 3 7-10s. They were all pocket hits and left 3 7-10s. So I don't know, just maybe I hit it wrong or it's the ball. I rarely get 7-10s, and I got 3 with this ball pretty much in the span of a day. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Hopefully it doesn't leave me any more 7-10s, but all in all, pretty satisfied with the ball. Big fan of Track. I love most of the Track balls that I get. This one was a stellar deal at $150 on eBay. Like I said, it was the highest bidder at $117 with tax and shipping. It came out just under $150. Would I say to get this? I would say, yeah, definitely get this, especially if you like the Paragon Shadow. It's a little bit stronger than the Paragon Shadow. And I want to say it shapes a little bit earlier. The Paragon Shadow was good for me, but it was kind of hit or miss. My guess, you probably see this discontinued by the end of the year. It'll probably be 130, and by early next year, it'll probably be $99, just like the Paragon Shadow is right now. But really good ball. And if you know me, I'm a sucker for deals and discontinued balls. And like I said, do not neglect eBay. eBay has been having some killer deals lately on a lot of balls. I saw Zero Mercy Solid for $126 with free shipping. brand new, not a second. So definitely put eBay on your radar. There's a whole bunch of different sellers out there. I'm not gonna mention any sellers' names because there's just way too many out there. But a lot of brand new bowling balls that are 190 bucks on online retailers are 100, they're going for just over 100 bucks on eBay. So take a look over there. You may find some real good deals. 150 bucks for this was the higher end of what most of the bowling balls are going for. I saw a Spartan Solid sell for $80 with $25 shipping. So ridiculous. If you have this ball, if you like it, let me know down in the comments below. So be sure to like, comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, we're on a road to 3,000 subscribers. We got 2,300 right now. We got 700 more. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be up to 3,000. I've got 4 more bowling balls that I'm going to be drilling up after this review. So stick around and watch those. There are a lot of discontinued balls that I got from buddies that were just killer deals. So if you're looking at buddies in the last couple weeks, you've seen some killer deals. So I could not resist. I picked up a few of them. And so we'll be drilling them up and adding them to my collection. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.